During the big Xbox and Bethesda E3 showcase, Starfield, the first new IP from Bethesda Game Studios in 25 years, has been revealed with an in-engine cinematic trailer. Right after this show, the Washington Post had an exclusive interview with Todd Howard revealing a lot of information about the game. In addition to that, they uploaded a development diary from Bethesda Studios that reveals not just some awesome looking concept arts, but also some great insight in what we can expect from Starfield. And in today's video, we are diving in all the information from the interview, the development diary, and we will have a look on the new creation engine too that will make Starfield an incredibly immersive game. Hello gamers from around the world, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with a video on Starfield and some really cool informations that have been kind of stealth dropped right after the big E3 showcase. Because during the E3 showcase we didn't really learn much about the actual game. They have shown a really good looking in-engine trailer, but we have not seen gameplay yet. But the Washington Post had an interview with Todd Howard where he revealed that Starfield is indeed Skyrim in space. But before we discuss everything that we learned from the interview, the development diary that was uploaded and the in-engine trailer, I want to ask you for a small favor. If you end up enjoying this video, then please consider to hit the like and subscribe button and maybe even turn on the notification bell to not miss out on future content, because we will be discussing a lot more Xbox and E3 over the next days and weeks. Okay, but now let's discuss Starfield. The cinematic trailer that has been shown during the Xbox E3 showcase did not reveal much about what gameplay mechanics the game will have, but it revealed very good the aesthetic and art style that we can expect in this upcoming single-player RPG. The game is set round about 300 years in the future, and the spaceships and all the other technology were designed with today's NASA design in mind. Let's see what Todd Howard had to say on the art style. Istvan Pelli, the game's lead artist, dubbed the look of the game as NASA punk. Pelli knows what all the buttons do on the ship. Even though it's science fiction, your mind can sort of draw the line all the way back to NASA. It all should feel lived in, even for a ship. The environment in the ship isn't fancy, as demonstrated by the curiously packaged chunks, a kind of MRE displayed in one of the trailer scenes. Okay, this is quite interesting that they are taking this approach for the aesthetic. When we compare that to other science fiction franchises like Star Trek or Star Wars, it is going to be a much more realistic look. Some of the concept art for the game that have been revealed show though that there is indeed variety in the environments coming for the game. And the variety in environment is known from franchises like Star Wars, and the Bethesda managing director Ashley Chang, who works at the company for 21 years, actually compared Starfield to Star Wars. For me, Starfield is the Han Solo simulator. Get in a ship, explore the galaxy, do fun stuff. And I'm going to use that as a segue into the most important question: what is Starfield? What can we expect from the game? Todd Howard had to say the following on that. We struggled at first at finding Starfield's identity. We knew the style of the game we wanted, but there's so much science fiction. We didn't have this existing franchise feel. We had to create that from scratch. What do the spaceships look like? What's the tech level? What do people believe in? What year is it really set in? Okay, this tells us what the team at Bethesda had to figure out in order to build the game. That still doesn't tell us a lot about what we actually do, but during the development diary that I, by the way, link in the description down below, Todd Howard gave a little insight on what the actual gameplay and scope and story of the game will be.
We invite you to join Constellation, the last group of space explorers. It's a next-generation role-playing game where you'll be who you want, go where you want, experience our stories, and forge your own. More than that, Starfield's about hope, our shared humanity, and searching for the answers to life's greatest mystery.
So there you have it. The game will focus on exploration, and there will be of course scripted quests or storylines, but it is also about how you discover and experience this universe. And that definitely reminded me a little bit about Skyrim, where you had certain main storylines to follow, but you could ignore certain parts of the story completely and make certain decisions to where the story will go. And that's kind of what I expect here from Starfield as well. And by the way, in the interview from the Washington Post, they also talked a lot about where they might take the entire franchise, about the difficulties with working from home during the pandemic with such a large team, and a lot more. I highly recommend to check that video out, the link is in the description down below. But I want to also focus on some technical aspects that we can already talk about. During the Xbox and Bethesda showcase at E3, the cinematic trailer that they have shown was captured completely in the Creation Engine 2. It's the first time that Creation Engine does not just get an update, like for instance when they made the jump from Skyrim to Fallout 4. This time the Creation Engine gets a complete new iteration, hence the number 2. And this technical scope was apparently necessary, but let's hear from Todd Howard himself.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years. It's a game we've dreamt of playing. And it's only now that we have the hardware, the technology, and the experience to push our creative boundaries even further.
So there you go. To achieve the vision that they had for the game, they needed the next-gen, by now we can say current-gen hardware. So we can expect a true next-gen exclusive in Starfield that takes advantage of things like the new CPUs, the new GPUs, and especially the SSD. But let's have a look here on what the trailer revealed about the Creation Engine 2 that will power this next-gen game. When we compare this new Starfield trailer to previous Bethesda games like Fallout 4 or Skyrim, we know that the engine really needed this update. In the Creation Engine 2, the texture assets are obviously of a way better quality than in previous games. You can see that the environment actually has 3D models casting, for instance, smaller shadows from rocks lying around, making every scratch in the metal visible and giving just way more realistic looks of all the environment. We have also seen some really good looking lighting in the trailer. It's hard to tell if we actually have ray tracing, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Creation Engine will take advantage of ray tracing. What really stood out to me is the volumetric fog that we can see in scenes like this when they boot up the spaceship. This volumetric fog really looks realistic, and the interaction with light of that fog makes the scene just stand out. And when we think back to Skyrim or Fallout 4, we know that the character models, especially faces of characters, were not the strong suit of the Creation Engine. We didn't get to see a full human being in that trailer, but we got a little glimpse of this astronaut here, and from what we can tell from this early trailer, they have definitely improved upon the rendering technology of faces. But with that, I want to wrap it up. To quote Todd Howard one more time: obviously today I don't want to spoil too many things, and that's okay given that we are still 1.5 years away from the launch of the game. I'm definitely looking forward to see actual gameplay footage and see what the scope and vision for that game really is, but from what we have learned through the interview and the development diary, it sounds like the most ambitious Bethesda game ever, and that alone promises us a game that is insanely huge. The concept arts that have been shown during the dev diary or in the Washington Post article revealed that we can expect a diverse set of biomes on different planets, which is good to see that we won't have a monotone environment. Starfield is coming out on November 11th, 2022, and they have announced that during this time we will get a couple of more development diaries and updates from Bethesda directly. And to bring this video to an end, you can rest assured that I will be covering Starfield on my channel as soon as new development diaries will be released. So if you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss out on future content, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can now become a channel member and get early access to my videos and custom made badges and emojis. If you want to learn more about the channel membership, just hit the join button and you will find all the infos you need. And let me thank those who are already members. I am truly humbled by your support. And now let me know in the comments down below, what did you think about the Starfield reveal? Are you excited for the game? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I see you the next time, and game on!